we've got TLC coming up this weekend. So as always, we want to give everybody our quick hot takes. So let's start at the bottom of the card. New Day versus the Hurt Business. We got the tag team match for the WWE Raw Tag Team titles. This is going to be Shelton and Cedric versus Kofi and Xavier. Mike, who you got?
I'm not ready to just change hands for the sake of changing hands. I still don't feel like Cedric and Shelton have been built enough where I'm ready for them to be champion. And if they win now, I think just both of them look weaker. I still think you got to give the New Day the win, as WWE, for whatever reason, continues to struggle to figure out how to build not a single tag team. We've done that. We've done it on 2 shows, but to build a division. For some reason, they can't get the pieces to fit. They can't build a division. So, Matt, I got to give it to the New Day.
I'm going to say they gave Cedric his signature win, which we've been talking about since the show started. Your pro wrestlers need their signature win to move up to the next tier. I like that they did that, and I think this is an opportunity for Cedric to do something great to get the win over the New Day. I'm going to change titles. The Hurt Business are going over. Mike, we're building this tag division because the New Day are going to be fine. All right, so next, Sasha Banks and Carmella. There's not too much I want to dissect here, but this feels like we're filling up some space in the schedule. So Carmella's doing fine. I think she's more focused on character right now. Honestly, I hope that her attire was her choice because I don't like that her focus of the character appears to be a change of attire. I don't, I'm not a huge fan of that. And I think it just would say that that's not enough of a change to say that she's good enough to beat Sasha. I think this is Sasha taking it. This really was just a schedule filler.
Yeah, it's a little bit like like when Moxley was recently getting contenders for his championship, but they were so quickly built. Like you knew that they didn't really have a shot at coming out on top. So, Matt, let me hot tag you here. What's the best? God
damn it! No, just keep running. I told you, I gotta go.
What's the best case for Carmella after this match? Because she's not winning.
They have to make some stories that have nothing to do with titles on the main roster. Like we love the NXT women's division, and it has to start at some point to look like that. Because even when they do those stories, they just turn into something where it's schmaz finishes and stuff like that, where they're still struggling to give us non-title matches that work out. But yeah, that's best case for Carmella, that they're going to give her a story that has nothing to do with the title, and she can actually just start winning.
Hopefully Corey Graves not involved. Matt, we got a couple championship matches too for our head of the table. Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman, of course, going up against Kevin Owens. There's a 0% chance of Kevin Owens coming out on top on this one. It's just, for me, what I'm excited about is Kevin Owens should always be involved in matches where there's opportunities for creativity. I'm very excited to see what kind of Tower of Doom he can build this year out of his tables, chairs, and ladders.
Like he did with Dean/John Moxley.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite moments. I think he went through like a stack of 2 or 3 tables over the turnbuckle. But he's got no shot of winning this one. Matt, what's the rooting interest for you in this match?
I think it's fun that this is the first, Kevin Owens is involved in a championship match, and I think we're all like, yeah, but hopefully Kevin doesn't win. It's good that they've done such a great job in telling Roman's story that we're fine now that Roman's just going to keep winning and he could be Roman Reigns.
That's beautiful.
This would be absolutely, it would destroy any momentum he has to see Kevin Owens win, and that is so good to be able to say that finally in regards to a Roman Reigns storyline. It feels good. So yeah. Roman, absolutely.
You'd ever be saying that, like how much we loved Kevin Owens and how much we loathed Roman Reigns?
Mike, you'd have to say that WWE gave us what we wanted.
They made us like Roman. Matt, just for me and I, there's going to be a women's tag team title match. It's going to be Nia and Shayna Shayna, my boo, against Asuka, my boo boo, and player to be named later. Doesn't usually bode well when it's a player to be named later. Not usually the best player you're getting in that acquisition. I don't know if I want you to guess who that person's going to be, but I'm going to do it. Matt, is there anybody who could get picked to parachute in and help Asuka, much like Bill Burr did in the recent episode of Mandalorian? Just parachute in, help out Mando or Asuka. Matt, is there anyone who could hop in and get a win? Take those belts off of Nia and Shayna.
I mean, as far as I know, Kairi's been working she's still doing like WWE work. She's just doing it in another country / continent. So there's still that possibility. If they have a working relationship, she could come back, and that would it would be. I mean, that's the ideal, right? But I think there's also the Mandy Rose stuff. What I would love is Mandy Rose to come out and announce that the Kabuki Warriors are back together. That would be a fun way to do it. Is have us all go, oh, hey, Mandy.
Oh,
right.
That for me would give like genuine chills if Kairi Sane came out and helped Asuka triumph over Nia and Shayna. There might be a tear shed in my house over here. That's how beautiful a moment that would be.
If that does happen, we've got new tag champs. If anything else happens, it's Nia and Shayna.
The rest of the field, it's Nia and Shayna. Matt, what if it's like Rhea Ripley? Ooh. No, it won't be. Matt, we got a Firefly Inferno match. Bray Wyatt with his little buddy, Alexa Bliss, against Randall, Kevin Orton. I can't remember what his middle initial is, but I just only a few days ago learned what RKO is also Randy's initials. Did you know that?
No, I'm learning it too.
Yeah, it's like Randy, Kevin, Orton or something. This match, it's just, Bray Wyatt has always talked about he doesn't really care about championships. He's always wanted the mystique of like being like the Undertaker. He's done it. I am very excited to watch Roman. You know how we feel about Drew, but this is the match I'm most looking forward to. I can't wait to see what kind of weird shit Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton do, and somebody's leaving that match on fire. I didn't need a burn. I didn't need a burn mark, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing here too will be, is this a cinematic match, or is this just going to be like the old Inferno matches and we're just labeling it a Firefly Inferno match? Really, honestly, I want another cinematic match. I'm cool with that. Give me cinema. Give me something like that. So I mean, this has to be the Fiend too. That's my pick. And Mike, the final match, Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles. I think the better thing here is McIntyre's got to go over. He's got a better story to be told with Sheamus. This is filling out a schedule, but unlike Carmella and Sasha going at it, Mike, this has potential for some match of the year quality, because it's AJ Styles, and AJ just brings it. And if you have one of my favorites, one of the best in the business right now, I have no problem saying that, in Drew McIntyre against one of the best of all time in AJ Styles. It doesn't matter who wins, because Drew can always get the title back. He already proved that with his Randy Orton feud. But yeah, this is just going to be so much fun to watch, and I can't wait for this one either. So, I mean, really, you're talking about a TLC of a pay-per-view I could throw away most years. At least if I missed it, I'd be like, oh, shoot, I'll catch it later. This is one I want to make sure I catch the moment it happens. And, yeah, I don't know if I took all the points away, but...
Drew... I think when they took the belt off him, gave it to Randy, it tried to prove that he is fallible. And then when he won it back, it's kind of like, oh, so now they take him seriously. Like, he actually gets to defeat Randy and get his belt back. So, okay, cool. I think with this match, there's definitely a pretty, of all the other of all the other title matches on the card, this is the one that I think has the best chance for a change. If only because so many things are stacked against Drew. He's already fighting AJ Styles. AJ Styles has a sidekick. There's weapons involved. And The Miz is on the peripheral and not on the card. I don't know if they're going to burn the Money in the Bank, as the last pay-per-view here before the new year, but I wouldn't be surprised. And it would just kind of give Drew something to do and ultimately have a rematch with AJ at the Royal Rumble. So I want Drew, but I could kind of see all those obstacles getting in Drew's way for retaining.
Yeah, and I wish, honestly, everybody, I'm going to apologize again. I got to run, personal stuff coming up, but we'll be around on Sunday to chat live during the show. So this is going to be a hell of a night. I really think this is really stacking up to be one of the better pay-per-views all year, especially if this gets rolling, Mike, and we get another 2.5 hour pay-per-view like we've been getting all year. I am super game for that. So check us out. Everything else at bodpodcast.com and brothersofdiscussion.com. We do have our shop that's available on the homepage at bodpodcast.com. Just hit the shop button. Takes you right there. You can shop around. Get yourself some mugs and some t-shirts and some no hats yet, but there are some sweatshirts. Go check it out. And on Twitter at BOD Podcast, YouTube channel is Brothers of Discussion. You won't miss a thing if you subscribe. We're also doing some live gaming too, so check that out as well. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Sorry I have to run. I apologize. Have a good weekend.